But we begin with the trial everyone tonight is talking about, and it is now official. The circus is finally over, at least for now. A Northern Virginia jury has awarded Johnny Depp $15 million in his defamation suit against ex-wife Amber Heard. Now, the same jury then awarded Heard $2 million in her countersuit against Johnny Depp. In other words, Depp netted $13 million, cleared his name of the, quote, Me Too accusations leveled by Heard in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed. But in a civil case that involved the wildest of allegations and drug use and jealousy, physical, psychological abuse, verbal abuse, and one, well, rather unusual claim surrounding human feces in a bed. Neither celebrity, I can tell you this, emerged unscathed. It's like binge watch one of those Netflix series. It's dark, it's all-consuming, no real winners from this civil trial. For example, here's one small look into this couple's tumultuous relationship.
I did not punch you. I did not punch you. I did not deck you. I hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are you?
What am I supposed to do?
Now, it would appear from what we just saw that Amber Heard was the abusive one in the relationship. Here's one more example of that alleged abuse. Take a look.
She threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. And I honestly didn't feel the pain at first at all. I felt no pain whatsoever. What I felt was, I felt heat. I felt heat, and I felt as if something were dripping down my hand, you know. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed, and I was looking directly at my bones.
And here is more testimony from Depp claiming that he would run from room to room in order to get away from Amber Heard, which made her, well, let's say, a little unhappy. Take a listen.
I think that I ended up locking myself in about at least 9 bedrooms, bathrooms that day, as she was banging on the doors and screaming obscenities and wanting to have a physical altercation.
Now, keep in mind, during the trial, Heard also leveled some very graphic allegations against Johnny Depp. By the way, viewer warning, what you're about to hear is pretty disturbing. Take a look.
And then it became clear to me he was, like, looking for something. He cleared things off the bed. I went into the bathroom, and as I come out, he asked me where it is and how long I've been hiding it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he says, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Be honest with me. Where are you hiding it? And he starts, you know, what it feels like patting me down, or saying he's patting me down. I can't recall, but he ripped my dress, the top part of my dress. He's like grabbing my breasts, he's touching my thighs, he rips my underwear off, and then he proceeds to do a cavity search. He said he was looking for his drugs, his cocaine, his coke.
Now, ultimately, a jury did not find most of Heard's outlandish claims to be credible, even after these text messages from Johnny Depp to a friend. Listen to this.
I'd like to apologize to the court and to the jury for some of the language that I'm going to have to use today, but unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of documents with language like this. After you said, let's drown her before we burn her, Mr. Depp, you said, I will f her burnt corpse afterwards to make sure she is dead. That's what you said.
Now, needless to say, regardless of who you believe or what you believe, one thing is obvious. This was not a healthy relationship in any way, especially given the allegations of revenge defecation. Watch this.
I had received some news that was as absurd and grotesque and cruel, and then I was shown a picture of what the problem was.
What was the photograph of Mr. Depp?
It was a photograph of the bed, our bed, and on my side of the bed was human fecal matter. So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there.
There's so many takeaways you can get from this trial. I guess you can start, don't do these kind of drugs. It's not going to end well. And also, again, as a public, we're reminded never rush to judgment. We do believe in the presumption of innocence. Due process is critically important always. And just because somebody does make an allegation does not make it true. We saw this with Justice Kavanaugh. We saw it with Clarence Thomas. We saw it in the UVA rape case. We saw it with Duke Lacrosse. We saw it with Nicholas Sandmann, Cambridge Police, Ferguson, Missouri, Baltimore, Richard Jewell, and here we go again. So many people did rush to judgment. In a statement from his spokesperson, Depp celebrated the verdict, thanking the jury for giving him his life back after the, quote, false and very serious and criminal allegations that were levied at him via the media. Meanwhile, Amber Heard, now down $13 million, was less upbeat. Quote, the disappointment that I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not high enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. She continued, quote, I'm sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right that I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly. Of course, no one has the right to defame someone in the Washington Post, even if the Post is more than happy to publish it. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.